Hello gamers! This will hopefully be a quick introductory guide to Classic Hardcore, the permadeath community on World of Warcraft Classic. We will be going over where to play, the Hardcore add-on, the rules, and cover some frequently asked questions. I of course will be having timestamps down below if you want to skip ahead at any point. There's a lot to cover, so let's get into it. As a blanket first step, I would recommend joining the Hardcore Discord at discord.gg/classichc. Here you can find all of our updated rules as well as lists of the current guilds, announcements for upcoming events, and any other important information you may need. Due to the nature of this video, information here will eventually be out of date. I would highly recommend joining the Discord and just checking in on the rules and making sure everything is still accurate. So, where to play? Due to the nature of the challenge being primarily a personal achievement, you can play anywhere you want. However, if you want to see death alerts, find other hardcore players to do dungeons with, or potentially do hardcore raids, it helps to join one of the community-picked servers. The Hardcore Challenge is primarily located on Classic Era, the 1-60 vanilla servers, and there is a smaller but sizable group of players playing hardcore on Wrath of the Lich King as well. For Classic Era, you'll be looking for Bloodsail Buccaneers for North America, and Hydraxian Waterlords for EU. Horde and Alliance are both active, however Alliance tends to have the most players, mostly due to the raiding scene being active on Alliance. We will talk more about hardcore raiding later in the FAQ section. For Wrath of the Lich King, you want Maldath Horde for North America, and Giant Stalker Alliance for Europe. Unfortunately, due to the small player pool, only one faction is populated on these realms. Both regions currently have an ongoing raiding scene, with EU recently killing Kel'Thuzad on hardcore characters. So, you've picked your server, probably made a really cute character, and you're dying to log in. Before you do that, you need to get the Hardcore add-on and make sure you understand our rules to avoid invalidating your run. We have a verification system built into the Hardcore add-on to ensure all players follow the rules. And while you are free to ignore certain rules if you don't like them, this will make you an unverified character and unable to join the Hardcore dungeons and Hardcore raids. Additionally, you will not be listed on our Hall of Legends for players that reach max level. At the end of the day, it's a personal challenge and you decide how hard or easy it should be and what rules to follow. Just if you want to play with us, you need to follow our rules. The Hardcore add-on does all of the verification automatically, and even blocks certain actions that can invalidate your run. Just make sure you log out of the game normally, and do not Alt F4 or press exit game. Alt F4ing or exiting game cause data loss, which can impact your verification. You can grab the Hardcore add-on from your usual preferred add-on websites such as CurseForge, WoWup, or the Hardcore GitHub page. For those of you doing a manual installation, the add-on stores all of your character data that is used for run verification in the WTF folder, not the interface folder, so you can safely replace and update files in the interface folder without ruining your run. If you ever need to reinstall WoW, make sure you back up your WTF folder to save your run data. Once you have the Hardcore add-on, you can now log in and start your verified character. You'll be greeted with a screen showcasing the Hardcore contract. This is basically you agreeing that you've read the rules, and we are not to blame if you break a rule without knowing about it. Additionally, if you are playing with friends, you can select your duo or trio partners here as well by clicking on the Party tab. Currently, there are no plans to allow groups bigger than 3 on a verified run. There is also an achievement page where you can select your starting achievements. This can be something as simple as don't use health potions or only equip white gear. However, it can also be something as difficult as complete the challenge without ever taking a single point of damage. No one's ever completed this one at the time of this video. These achievements are optional difficulty modifiers that add up a total number of points on your hardcore character pane. They are for nothing other than bragging rights. However, an achievement leaderboard is in progress on the website. However, it's not currently available and I cannot show it in this video. There are a lot more achievements, such as do elite quests while underleveled, reach a certain level quickly, or for example, reach level 60 while doing every hardcore dungeon. However, these will be automatically rewarded to you if you complete them while playing. You only need to select starting achievements when first making your character. If later down the road you decide the achievement isn't for you, you can use the command on screen to cancel the achievement and continue your character. Failing an achievement does not mean that you need to delete your character. Once you've selected your party members and selected your starting achievements, press Begin Adventure. While you are level 1, you can still change your selections at any time, but the moment you level up to level 2, you are locked in, so make sure you consider your choices carefully. Once you've began your adventure, you can type /HC show to bring up the main hardcore menu panel. This allows you to do things like check up on the rules or look at your verification status. I'd recommend checking your verification status periodically just to make sure you're still a valid character. Don't be too stressed about the time track number, especially at lower levels. It fluctuates heavily depending on how recently the add-on saved your data. Additionally, due to the rate the data saves information, it can be a bit behind. I would only start to worry if you have a low percentage above level 30. You can avoid data loss by logging out normally and not pressing exit game. You can also check what levels you've reached on various characters and see what dungeons you've ran. At the time of this recording, the dungeon tab is still in beta, and it sometimes tracks things incorrectly. Due to this beta state, it will not fail your run if some data is missing. So, that is the Hardcore add-on, and now we can cover the rules. As mentioned previously, the hardcore rules are covered on the Discord and the add-on page, and are much more likely to be up to date than they would be in this video. As such, I'm going to boil the rules down to the basics and the spirit of hardcore. Not every rule is covered. Please read the Discord or the add-on page. The rules can be largely summarized as don't die and don't receive assistance from other players. Don't die is pretty self-explanatory. If you die, your run is over, and you delete your character. Even if you have something like a soulstone as a warlock or an ankh as a shaman, your run is over once you die. Don't receive assistance from other players can include anything from don't ask for help with quests, don't ask for buffs, don't group with other players, don't use the mailbox, and don't use the auction house or trade. The only time there's an exception to this is during hardcore dungeons. You can do each dungeon once on a hardcore character, and during this time, you are free to group up, ask for buffs, and generally help each other progress through the dungeon. You still may not trade, even with conjured items, such as health stones or mage water. At the time of this recording, there are some specific rules for duos and trios, as well as other rules for hardcore dungeons. Additionally, for Wrath of the Lich King players, there are rules around Death Knights. Again, read the rules on Discord or in the add-on. If either of these apply to you, they are prone to updates and won't be covered in this video specifically. One more thing to cover is the appeal and verification system. Currently, the hardcore community allows appeals for the following things. Should you have video evidence, disconnect deaths. If you disconnect and would have reasonably survived an encounter if you hadn't DC'd, we can appeal. We also appeal griefer deaths, for example, if a level 60 warlock drops an infernal on you. Additionally, we can appeal catastrophic gameplay bugs that result in unavoidable, instantaneous death. This is a fancy way of saying if your warrior charge makes you fall through the world and die, we can appeal it. Most bugs are not appealable. However, the very obvious unintended and instantaneous ones are. Appeals are our way of enforcing the mindset of you're fighting the game, not your internet or grievers. Your internet going out or someone with infinite lives going out of their way to kill you intentionally, it's very much out of your control and not in the spirit of the challenge. As such, we let these characters still be verified. Should you reach max level on a hardcore character, you may submit your verification string found in the Verify tab of the Hardcore add-on to our website, classichc.net. If you've had no appeals, you will be automatically added to the Hall of Legends and earn your bragging rights. If you have had an appeal, you will need to wait for a moderator to manually verify you. You can reach moderators in the Discord. From max level, you have two choices. Gain your immortality and play the game normally, or double down on your mortality and join a max level hardcore raiding guild. There are some rule changes for max level players that choose this path. All previous hardcore rules apply, except you can now trade and group with other max level hardcore players at any time. Additionally, you can run dungeons as many times as you wish. It would be a little hard to do in-game content without these restrictions lifted. If you die at max level while in the max level hardcore guild, you still delete your character. So that largely covers the rules. Now onto our final section, the FAQ section. Do I need to record? What about a duo or trio? Do one of us need to record as well? Nobody needs to record as long as you have the hardcore add-on. The recording rule is an old rule that is no longer relevant. Is it too late to start? Nope, people die and re-roll all the time. This keeps hardcore in a perpetual fresh state. What happens if I get forced renamed? Due to how character data is stored, you will lose your data on a rename. Please name yourself something within the TOS and don't get renamed. Can I join a duo or drop out of a duo later in the run? Due to how duos and trios work, they must be decided at level 1 to prevent any lingering unfair advantages from being temporarily aided by other players. How do I join max level content? After reaching max level, becoming verified, and doubling down on your mortality, head over to the Guilds tab in the Hardcore Discord and find the level 60 guild for your region and faction. Reach out to the members in-game and have the officers check your verification status. Can I accept mail sent by NPCs? Yes, you will need to temporarily disable the hardcore add-on to do this. Please record yourself doing this in case we need it for verification purposes. Re-enable the add-on after you get the mail. Can I play on 2 different computers? The add-on is unfortunately not omnipotent and cannot communicate across computers. You will need to transfer 2 specific files to continue your run on a separate computer. I will post a tutorial on screen. Please pause and read at your leisure. If my appeal was approved, why does my add-on still say fail? The add-on does not communicate with Discord, so the add-on will not update and say pass. Should you reach max level, reach out to a mod and they will manually verify your appeal. The add-on unfortunately will always say fail and there is no way to correct that. Is it safe to update my add-on mid-run? Yes, as long as you do not touch the WTF folder. In fact, we recommend you update your add-on whenever possible. We regularly push out updates to help prevent griefs and add new features. That covers the usual questions. If you have any others, feel free to ask in the Discord or the comments down below. I will also have my Twitch linked in the description down below. Questions are always welcome if you catch me live. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, consider throwing me a subscription. I'm pumping out hardcore content on the regular and lots of educational content and highlights from raids and events. If you are new to hardcore, I have some videos coming that you will not want to miss. They will increase your life expectancy by at least double, if not triple. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all at max level. Toodles!